Hi guys, I'm Clara and I'm back with another holiday set that I was really excited to get my hands on. This one is from BECCA and it is kind of a limited edition set for the holidays. It's the Youthful Glow collection, which retails for $50, and these are all still items that you can find in their permanent line, but you're getting a really good deal because this BECCA Backlight Priming Filter is full size. This is a product that I hadn't tried before I purchased the set, but I had my eye on for a very long time. It does give a really beautiful glow and illumination underneath your foundation, and I do feel like it helps the foundation glide on really well. For those of you who are very oily, however, you may not like having kind of a glowy look all over your face. It does have a really strong smell. I don't notice it through the whole day. I've heard some people say they can still smell it, but I don't. It smells like lemon, but it doesn't smell like freshly squeezed lemon. You know how kind of in a hospital setting, how they have those like lemon scented cleaners that are supposed to be really like sanitizing? It smells a little like clinical lemon to me, so I don't mind because to me I associate that with very clean, but if you don't like that smell of like lemon scented cleaners, then you're not going to enjoy this. You also get a deluxe size of the BECCA Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal, which you can see is a really good size. It is 0.68 fluid ounces, and so I think this is going to take me a really long time to use up. And for comparison, the Backlight Priming Filter is 1 fluid ounce, so the BECCA Shimmering Skin Perfector is over half of the amount of product that you get in here. The BECCA Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal is something that looks really nice either mixed into your foundation or kind of patted on top. I just took a little bit today and I patted it on top with a finger. I am wearing a highlight on top of it as well. I just reviewed the Ofra Beverly Hills highlighter, but when I was just using this earlier in the day, I feel like this is a little bit too dark for my skin tone right now, but I really enjoy it mixed into my foundations. And also when I kind of just take a very little bit, because it is a little dark for me right now, and just pat it onto the top of my cheekbones and around the top of my brow bone, it gives kind of a dimension to the skin. So you know how sometimes when you're wearing makeup and it just looks like it sort of sits on top of the skin? If you pat this on, it makes it look like you're looking at the full dimension of the skin and not just like you're looking at something that's been placed on top of the skin. I don't know if that makes sense, but it gives a really like healthy kind of fresh look to the skin, and I really enjoy it. I'm hoping that I will get more use out of this in the summer months, or kind of mix it in with foundation, but just in general, I don't like mixing too many glowy things in with my foundation and putting it all over my face because I do have oily skin, so I don't want it to be really that glowy in the center of my face. You also get a full size of the BECCA Under Eye Brightening Corrector. This is 4.5 grams, and I already knew that I loved this product. I got a kind of miniature size in one of their other sets from last year, and I just loved it so much, but that miniature size has still lasted me until now, so you know, I feel like this is something that you can use and use for a really long time and you're not going to use it up. I really like this one because it is very peachy and it also has light reflective qualities. I wouldn't say it's exactly a shimmer because it's not, but it just bounces the light back really nice. After you set it with powder, it doesn't reflect the light quite so much, but the peachy tones in this still do such a great job at canceling out any weird eye coloration underneath the eyes. And for me, that means kind of like a greenish color, which I know more people have sort of blue or purple or even brown circles under their eyes, but underneath my eyes gets really green. And so I have a hard time finding a color corrector that really brightens underneath my eyes without looking dull. It is what I'm wearing underneath my eyes right now. As I'm filming this, it is the end of the day and I've had it on all day and it hasn't really creased hardly at all. I would recommend with any under eye concealer to set it immediately. Do not wait. Set it immediately with some powder, and you can use a brush, but it's better even if you use a beauty blender and just really like pat that in there. That's the best way I found to prevent the creasing. This one is a little bit of a thicker formula. It's definitely more of a cream than a liquid, so it is a little bit heavier than the liquidy formula of, say, the YSL Touche Éclat corrector. which I really like that one as well. It is light reflective, but this one just has more coverage, and because of the peachy color, again, I feel like it really just color corrects so well. I like to pair this with actually my BECCA Violet powder, and I feel like instead of setting it with more of a like white powder, sometimes you get a weird white cast or even like a translucent powder. Just that little extra bit of purple in the powder really helps to brighten up under the eyes and bring life to my face. If your skin is really yellow like mine, or you have some weird green discoloration, then I suggest you give that combo a try. Obviously, I can't get enough of this product. I'm just raving about it. On to the next one. This one is the BECCA Luminous Blush in Snapdragon. This is a kind of travel size. If you watched my review on the Tarte color wheel versus the BECCA Blushed with Light palette, you'll know that I was really not impressed with the formula of those travel size blushes. I don't really know what went wrong with them, because I have some of BECCA's travel size highlighters and those were all like really great and really smooth and wonderful, but for some reason, especially the new Wisteria shade in the Blushed with Light palette as well as the Songbird shade were really patchy. And so when I saw that they had this kind of miniature size as part of this kit, I kind of wondered to myself if they manufactured it at the same time as the other one, because I believe they're the same size, so I was a little bit worried that the quality would be exactly the same as the one in that palette. I do find that the quality in this one is a little bit better. I still think that my full-size Luminous Blush in Foxglove is slightly smoother to go on, but with all the Luminous blushes, you have to be careful because they're really pigmented. So you just want to dab your brush in there once. And for me, the brush that I really like to use with all my blushes is the Luxie 504 large angled brush. So you just dab it in there once, and then you kind of pat and swirl a little bit, and the color is going to go on really beautifully without being too much. If you feel like you need a little more, you just dab it in again. And you can see with 2 dabs that this color just goes on really nicely. It blends out really well. It's not overly pigmented and it's not patchy. So for this one, just be careful, build it up slowly, because if you do get the pigment on there too hard at first, it will look very odd and a little bit patchy blending it out. This is a really beautiful, like, bright, intense coral color with gold shimmer in it. It reminds me a little bit of NARS's Deep Throat, which I have swatched in store and been tempted by but haven't yet purchased it. It's a really beautiful color, and I think that it would flatter a lot of skin tones. For comparison, I have the full-size Luminous Blush in Foxglove. Foxglove is 6 grams, whereas Snapdragon is 2.55, so almost half the size of this one. Again, for those of you yellow tone ladies, this purple shade here, it looks really intense and intimidating in the pan, but it just gives the most beautiful, like, winter kind of frostbitten look. And if you're somebody who struggles with redness in your cheeks and you want to stay away from redder blushes, this one still works really well because it has kind of a corally orangish tone to it. But if you're having like a really bad day, you know what I mean, where you have like redness on your cheeks and also red spots, which, you know, when you put the blush on your cheeks, sometimes it can draw your eye down to those red spots. I would try out this more purple blush because whenever I wear it, I just feel like it doesn't accentuate my redness or my spots, and it always looks beautiful. So yes, I am really happy with this Snapdragon shade, and if you do pick up this set and you enjoy the formula of this, then I would definitely also give Foxglove a try. I think that the quality and the amount of product that you get in this set is really worth the money, and if you've been interested in any one of these things, then I would suggest that you pick it up. My favorite things in here are the under eye corrector. I love that stuff, and also the blush. But I always like to use kind of healthy glowing skin products, so I'm sure that I'm going to get a lot of use out of those as well. And I do have an honorable mention from BECCA. I used to use this a lot, and I really love the way that it looks on the lips. I got this in their set, I believe, last year, and it is the BECCA Beach Tint Lip Shimmer Souffle. The shade is Raspberry Opal, And I love this color. I love putting it kind of right in the center of the lips and doing sort of that ombre effect that if you've seen any kind of like Asian beauty tutorials, that's a really common technique where they just sort of put it right in the center and then fade it out and then use like a clear lip gloss over the rest of the lip to kind of blend it in. And when I use this for the center of the lip, and then I pair it with my Dior Lip Maximizer, can you see how much use this has gotten? It's like already down to here. So this one definitely has my hands down recommendation too. It's sort of a lip plumper, but not really. It has collagen in it, so when you're using it all the time, you'll notice that your lips look like fuller and healthier, like you've been taking good care of them, but they're not necessarily like stung and inflamed like with the Too Faced lip injection. It's two different things. One is kind of for an immediate effect, and this is more if you're using this every day on top of your lips, you're kind of nourishing and plumping them. It does have a little bit of a kind of minty tingle, but nothing too intense. So when I paired these together, I feel like it just gives me a really nice, like full, healthy lip because they are a little bit of a sticky texture to them. They stay on my lips a long time, which I don't mind that sticky texture because my lips are very dry, so anything that's gonna grab onto them and stay the whole day, I do not mind one bit. When I combine these two lip products, I don't really have a problem with them sort of like fading away and wearing off. Like sometimes when you just wear one lip gloss by itself, you'll notice that it just kind of gets sucked into your lips or something and disappears after a few hours, but this one stays pretty well. My one complaint, I do not like pin products because this one you have to click on the end and it has like this weird applicator where you can see the product is all like way back here, and then you have to click it a few times and wait and see if anything comes out, and then click it a few more times and wait and see if anything comes out, and finally, eventually, you will get something coming out. But by that time, even if you wipe off the tip of the applicator each time you use it, I find that it still kind of squeezes out a little bit after you've put the cap back on and left it alone. And so it'll sort of harden in the tip. So you always have to just kind of wipe that off before you use the rest of it on your lip. It's a little bit of a hassle, but it is a really pretty color. So I would say if you're interested in the color, if you like that kind of like glazed winter berry look, then this is definitely a really good product. And you can see it's so cute with its little like raspberry and then the opal swirls in it. But it is just a little bit of a hassle to apply. I found that when I stored my YSL Touche Éclat pin upside down, it really helped. I'd only have to click it 2 times and then the product would all start to come out, but this thing just follows its own rules. It's a really pretty color. If you want to mess around with it to make it work, then that's up to you, but I do love the color. Alright, I know I've rambled on about a few things in this video, but just in summary, I feel like this kit is really worth the money if you're interested in any one of these items. You do get 2 wonderful full-size products in there and then some big deluxe size kind of travel products. And I just think that a lot of BECCA products are really good quality. So yeah, don't miss out on this set. Pick it up. It's available on the BECCA website. It may be available at Ulta as well. I will leave a link in the description box below telling you where you can pick this up. And if you miss out on the set, then just know that you can check out these products in their individual sizes as well. If you are interested in kind of healthy glowing skin, that's one of the things that BECCA does best. So they would definitely be a brand to kind of hit up for that. And that is it for today. Give me a thumbs up if you have found this review helpful. And if you want to see more videos about holiday 2016 or hauls or anything, I try to upload a few times a week, so there will always be videos here for you to check out. Just hit that subscribe button if you want to be notified when a new video is up for you. And as always, have a great day and happy shopping!